And we are back. 4:14 is the time, and a quick update here on the fires burning in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Some good news to tell you about. CAL FIRE says that fire now 100% contained. Nearly 8,000 acres, though, have been burned there near Bonnie Doon. Since the wildfire began a week and a half ago, 13 buildings have been destroyed. 10 people were injured. The cost to fight the fire, nearly $27 million, and it's not clear yet what started it, but at least the good news is that fire now 100% contained. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of people have had to flee wildfires in Greece. Take a look at some of these pictures just coming into the KRON 4 newsroom. Huge plumes of smoke there. Those fires have burned houses north of Athens and huge stretches of forest land. Inhabited areas still threatened this morning after more than 90 wildfires broke out over the weekend alone. There's a little bit of a break last night after gale force winds dropped, but it wasn't enough to help much. As you can see, the fire is still raging this morning. Crews are spread thin, we understand, and in some areas there are no firefighters or equipment in sight. So they're battling that. Hopefully a lot more equipment will come their way and get a handle on it out there. Meanwhile, in national news this morning, the Coast Guard says a 7-year-old girl has died in Maine after she was swept off a rocky ledge by a huge wave. The waters were stirred up by Hurricane Bill, and it happened near the Arcadia National Park. The child was from New York State. 2 other people were rescued and hospitalized. The center of Hurricane Bill, I should say, was about 230 miles west of Newfoundland, and that was of last night. And they kept warning people not to get too close to the shoreline. They had big waves coming in from Hurricane Bill, but that family got a little too close, apparently. 4:16 the time. Let's get an update on our local forecast. Drew Harmon following that this morning from the Weather Department. Hey there, Drew.
Hey there, James. Our forecast for the Bay Area, much like what we saw yesterday, pretty mild conditions, and in fact temperatures lower than average for this time of year. So rather mid to upper 60s for the weekend and into next week as well. Time to get a check of some traffic conditions out there. I want to let you know about some construction. Could slow you down just a bit. In the Burlingame area, we have a closure. In fact, the whole southbound side of 101 closed up completely between Broadway and Poplar. Get to the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. Looking great there as well so far this morning. James?
All right, thank you very much, Drew. Some state news now to update you on. A small plane made an emergency landing into oncoming traffic near Santa Barbara yesterday. Take a look at the plane and some of the damage it sustained. It collided with first of all, it happened on the Pacific Coast Highway, and apparently when the plane came down, it collided with 3 cars, and here's the great news. No one was injured. The pilot had told air traffic controllers he was out of fuel and had to come down. In all, a total of 9 people involved in this accident. Traffic was backed up on Highway 1 for about an hour, well, about 90 minutes, an hour and a half or so until the scene was cleared up. But again, nobody hurt in this, if you can believe it. Meanwhile, closer to home, IndyCar excitement came to the Bay Area this weekend. Take a look. The Sonoma Grand Prix was a success for Dario Franchitti. He finally won at the Infineon Raceway there after leading the race from start to finish. Ryan Briscoe finished second, and IndyCar favorite Danica Patrick didn't do so well. She crashed on lap 1. Ultimately, she finished 16th, but boy, it gets pretty intense out there at Infineon. Folks in the stands had a good time with a good race to watch there over the weekend. All right, we're going to take a quick break here at 4:21 on the clock. We'll be back there with more in just a moment. As we go, let's head outside, give you another live look here from Highway 92, the San Mateo Bridge across the bay here. Traffic moving just fine. As you can see, not a lot of commuters out there, so you're moving at the limit if you're heading out towards Highway 92 and then here in the near future. So keep it tuned here to KRON 4. We'll have more traffic and weather updates coming up in just a moment. And we're back. Time now 4:24 and a live look here at our 7-day forecast just to give you a quick sneak peek. Again, now going to be relatively mild for the rest of the week ahead. Really, look at temperatures inland. They don't get above the mid to upper 80s all week long until we get closer towards the weekend. And even then, we don't get much up above 90 until we finally get to next weekend. So more normal temperatures in store for this Saturday and Sunday coming up, but we just have to get through a nice cool and mild week ahead. More on the forecast in detail coming up in just a moment. 4:24 is the time, though. We did want to let you know that things are happening here as we count down to the shutdown of the Bay Bridge. Again, over the Labor Day weekend, KRON 4's web team putting together some resources for you on our website at KRON4.com. Kimi Sakamoto has a quick update.
We've built a special webpage dedicated to helping you prepare for the Bay Bridge closure. All you have to do is go to the front page of KRON4.com, click on the countdown clock on the right-hand side of the page that says Bay Bridge Countdown to Shutdown, and it will take you here, where you'll find all the KRON4 video coverage, including information about why the bridge is closing for 4 days and where you'll be able to find temporary detours. Also, check out our links on the right, including one to the Metropolitan Transportation Commission's page about the Bay Bridge project, as well as to various public transportation agencies throughout the Bay Area that are preparing to help you find a way to get around during the closure. And as always, we're taking your comments on the bridge shutdown. Let us know how you're planning on getting from one side of the bay to the other, and if this closure is affecting your holiday plans. So visit KRON4.com to start planning your way around the bay this Labor Day weekend. I'm Kimberly Sakamoto, KRON4 News.
And again, just so you know, and don't forget, we've only got 10 days now, 10 days left until the Bay Bridge is shut down, so make sure you start planning now. If you need to get around across the water here over the Labor Day weekend, there will be no Bay Bridge. No Bay Bridge. Keep that in mind. And again, as Kimmy said, keep it tuned here to KRON4, KRON4.com, your one-stop shop for all the information you need. Give it a visit. All right, 4:27 the time. We'll be right back. Let's go outside, give you a live look at the Golden Gate Bridge now as we head off to break. Again, the traffic is light. No major problems if you're commuting in from the North Bay. And weather-wise, we've still got that marine layer with us. Cool. Cold, in fact, in some spots. Cold temperatures this morning. Cool this afternoon. More on the forecast in just a moment.